She Whispers UK, and this time I thought I would just do a video of my DVD collection. I've labelled them all, as you can see, so we'll just go through some of them. Most of my DVD collection is actually in storage, but I'll talk you through some of the ones that you can see here. So let's start with, of course, Sex and the City. I actually did my dissertation on Sex and the City and some of the themes within there. I really love the series, and I also enjoyed the first movie. The second one not so much, but I thought this was well done. Alias, I'm not sure how many of you know Alias, but it was really good at the time, and Jennifer Garner, this is what brought her to my attention. It was very, very good. It was like spy, espionage, that kind of thing. When I was sick, I bought the Harry Potter box set and 2 of the other DVDs from a local supermarket. Before that, I hadn't been interested at all in watching them, but being sick meant that I was quite bored, so I ended up watching them, and to be honest, I was really impressed. The acting isn't, 100%, but it's still really great. I got into Lord of the Rings really late, and that's because it wasn't really the kind of thing that I was interested in. My friends and my cousin had been telling me for a long time to get involved and watch, but as per usual, I just wasn't interested. However, at the same time as being sick and watching Harry Potter, I bought this box set and never looked back really. The cinematography is fantastic. Martina Cole is an author, and hopefully you all know her, but I used to read all of her books when she brought out a new book, and they made a short series for TV in the UK, and so my friend bought me this because she knew that I would really enjoy it. Dangerous Lady was one of Martina Cole's, one of her favourite books of mine, and one of my favourite books of hers, and also The Jump. So she does like crime stories and things like that, and they're all set in East London and London in general. This is Sherlock Season 1. It is so fantastic. It's probably one of the best things that I think the BBC have ever put on. Benedict Cumberbatch is just really, really great in this role, and I like Robert Downey Jr. and all the other Sherlocks that are out there, but this has to be my favourite. This is only Season 1. I have watched Season 2, but I don't own it. Damages was really clever when it came out, but to be honest, even though I've had this quite a few years, I've not finished watching the first series yet. I think I will one day. Yeah, I will one day, but so far I haven't. Las Vegas, it's just something that's really, it's really close to my heart, because it's just one of those shows that maybe comes on in the middle of the daytime, but you end up really enjoying it and not wanting to miss any. I did have all of the seasons, but I lent some to a friend and I never received them back. I find that really annoying, but that's for another video. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go through my classics. So we've got Overboard with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. I'm sorry if you can hear the train outside. It's the middle of the day, so I couldn't avoid it. But this is a movie that I watched when I was really young, and I loved it so much. It's just one of those videos that DVDs, see, I'm calling it a video. It's one of those DVDs that everyone should watch at least once. It's got some nice themes. The Wiz, the Wizard of Oz, but the version with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross. Again, you really need to watch it at least once in your life, and I'm so glad that I've got the collection so that my godkids and my cousins and all the children in my family can have the experience that I did. My Girl, I've got My Girl 1, and somewhere in this pile I've got My Girl 2, and this movie always makes me cry. It's, you know, the bit, well, I won't say just in case you haven't seen it, but it's really well done, and Macaulay Culkin was fantastic in the role, as was this little girl. I don't remember her name. It cost me £2 in the local supermarket, and even though I've seen it a million times, I jumped at the opportunity to buy it. The Goonies, you have to have this. In fact, this is in the wrong pile, because this should really be in the must-haves pile. Classic kids movie, but I'm sure all the adults loved it as well. And again, it's memories from childhood. Grease, who doesn't know Grease? Even nowadays, Grease is still such a, well, it's the word. It's still such a fantastic movie. Well done. Willy Wonka. I've got Willy Wonka and I've got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But to be honest, this one is always going to win out for me. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is just, you can't improve upon it. Yeah, so fantastically done. It's definitely one of my top 10 favourite movies of all time. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is just okay. It should really be in that pile, but I'll leave them together. Hairspray, great movie, well done to them. When my cousins and my godkids come over, they watch this over and over and over and over and over and over, and you get my drift. They really enjoy it, and actually so do I. This is the original Hairspray. A friend bought it for me because I'd never seen it, and it's interesting to contrast the two actually. The Diary of Anne Frank, not watched it, but I did study it and I have done some reading up on it, so I wanted to own it, and I will watch it at some point. Classic Alfred Hitchcock, Rear Window. I just love the idea and the way that it's put together, even though you can see they clearly did it in a studio and etc. We actually studied this in university. We were talking about the gaze and whose view and whose perspective you look at things through when you're making a movie. But yeah, The Sound of Music, as you can see, I put that in a local supermarket, and yeah, it has to go up in one of my favourite movies of all time, I would say. I don't think I need to speak about it anymore because everyone probably knows what The Sound of Music I've not watched it. But I know some of the, every movie has a few catchphrases or a few phrases that we all know. So I wanted to pair that up with my knowledge. I'm a big fan of Audrey Hepburn. I love her. So I got a few of her movies in this collection. Yeah. And as I said before, I've got My Girl too. So we're going to move over to the comedy. There are just a few movies, DVDs in this pile. But, yeah. So Bridget Jones's Diary. It cracks me up every single time. The bit where she's coming down the fire pole. I don't know if it's just me, but I laugh so much every single time. I literally do laugh out loud. I don't tend to like movies with a lot of swearing in, but this movie, it just cracks me up, seriously. There's a bit, if you haven't seen it, Pineapple Express, there's a bit where his foot goes through the window. I won't say anymore, but I literally had to pause it so that I could just laugh and not miss any more of the movie. Date Night is another movie a bit like Pineapple Express, where I didn't expect to find it so funny, but I really did. I'm laughing just thinking about it. The Simpsons is a good movie. Obviously, most of you have probably seen it, but, it's The Simpsons. I don't know if Harry Hill is popular anywhere else in the world, but he used to do TV Burp, so he'd look at the things that had been on in the week and basically make fun of them. That sounds really bad, but no, this is very good and he's very good at it. And this is Michael McIntyre. He's a stand-up comedian and he's my favourite. He's just so funny. He does great observational comedy and he's really, really good. So we'll fast forward through the Just Okay pile because it's just okay. The Kingdom. I wasn't that bothered, to be honest. It was okay. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it. I actually don't even remember what it was about. I've watched it once and I probably won't watch it again. Ray, the reason this is in the Just Okay pile is because I haven't watched it yet. I've heard lots of good things, but I haven't felt to watch it yet, but because it was going for a bargain, I did pick it up, and yeah, I will get around to watching it, so I don't want to put it in one of the best piles when I haven't actually rated it yet. Into the Blue. Next. What Happens in Vegas? War of the Worlds. Memoirs of Acacia. I actually think this was a good movie, but I don't remember how I felt after watching it, so I've put it in this pile for now. Just a few more to go. This is the Who Knows Why pile. I don't know why I have these movies, so that's what this pile's about. The Producers. I really didn't enjoy this, but maybe I feel like I've missed something because it had really great reviews. I've never gotten to the end of this movie. Far too much swearing, and I think it actually takes away from my enjoyment. so I will watch it one day, but I haven't yet, and again, I don't know where I got it from or why. Kung Fu Hustle. This was another one of those movies that I got when I was unwell, so I don't know. This is my random pile. It's got one DVD in it, and it's the Fireplace Lounge, and the only reason I've called it random is because I don't know if you know what Come Dine With Me is, but my friends and I had a Come Dine With Me challenge of our own, and when I had my evening to create dinner and an environment, I bought this to put on the TV so that there was like a fireplace in the lounge. I've got 3 more piles to go, and this is the biggest one because obviously it's a pile of must-haves. So Crash, I think this movie needs a few seconds of silence just to honour it. It's just such a brilliant, brilliant movie. Well put together, well acted, well everything. I cry in this movie as well. And yeah, I love it, It's, again, top 10. Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I'm not a huge fan of everything Tyler Perry does because some of them can be a little bit samey. You know what you're gonna get. That's not a bad thing, it's just personal. But this movie is, yeah, definitely well done, and one of my faves of his. Dreamgirls, another great movie. I actually bought this in New York in 2008. Every time I go to New York I buy movies, but this one was a few trips ago. So 2008 I bought this, and yeah, it's brilliant. Beyonce did a good job. So did the others, but I just think it was a good movie. Rent, I love the music in this, I love the acting, I love the themes. It's a really good movie. Yeah. I didn't get it at first, and when I say get it, I understood what the movie was about, but sometimes I have to watch things again to fall in love, and that's what I did. I watched it a second time, and I understood even more about what they were trying to do and why, and I went to see the stage play again in New York in 2008. Men of Honor, I cry in this movie. It's so well done, and apparently it's based on a true story. Yeah, try to watch this movie if you haven't already. The Best Man. Yeah, it's fun, and I used to fancy Morris Chestnut so much. Cruel Intentions, great movie. Obviously based on the Dangerous Liaisons, but well done as a modern version. Yeah, it's a good movie. The Colour Purple, one of my top 10. I think Steven Spielberg should be given an award every year for this movie. I could do a video alone just discussing this movie. It's brilliant. One of my top 10. Die Hard. I like all of the Die Hard movies, and Bruce Willis. Yeah, these are all really good. I only own watched this movie the other day, and they don't feel about it the same way that I do. They liked it and they enjoyed it, but I love it. If you don't own this, then you're a bit crazy. Yeah, just so well done. I'm gutted because I didn't get to the movies. I didn't get to the movie theatre to see that done in 3D. The Bodyguard, I bought this recently after Whitney passed away, but I always loved it anyway. And I had the soundtrack on a tape cassette years ago. It's really sad. Whitney makes me sad. Coming to America, I'm not a huge fan of Eddie Murphy, but this is a good movie and very funny. In fact, it should probably be in the comedy. Sorry about the train. Gladiator, very, 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 very good movie. Not quite a top 10 movie for me, but it is a really good movie. The Green Mile. Tom Hanks, all of the actors outdid themselves in this, and I cried buckets when I watched this. I don't know what else to say. If you haven't watched it, when you do, make sure that you've got lots of tissues handy. The Pursuit of Happiness, nice movie. I like that one. Working Girl, I think this movie is one of I was inspired by this movie when I was younger, I think. And even though I was pretty young when it came out, Anyway, I could spend a long time talking about this movie as well, but I won't. So you can play that game. Fun, funny, clever, good movie. G.I. Joe, I can't wait for the next one to come out because I thought this was really good. I'd like to know what you all think as well. 2 more to go. We've got Girls' Night In and The Kids for the God Kids. So in Girls' Night In we've got The Notebook, which I haven't actually watched to the end, but I will. Valentine's Day is coming up, so maybe I'll watch that one. Friends with Money. Yeah, it's a very girly movie. I wouldn't have the guys around to watch it. It's cool. Dangerous Liaisons. Actually, this should be in the other pile, sorry. Brilliant. Brilliant movie. Yeah. Pride and Prejudice. P.S. I Love You. The Holiday. Wimbledon. And Love Actually. Love Actually is one of my top 10. I wish my top 10 was bigger. But that movie again makes me cry, but also is a perfect love story movie. The Jane Austen Book Club. Get the tissues out for this one. Yeah, top 10 still Magnolias. And finally, Monster House. Matilda, which I'm surprised is still working because the kids watch it so often. Alice in Wonderland. Penelope. I didn't think Penelope was that great, but read along with Postman Pat. Miss Potter. Speed Racer. My Fair Madeline. And that is the rest is in storage, but at some point I will get them back. So thanks for watching, and feel free to tell me what you thought or what you think of some of the movies in my collection.